Majin Buu Saga, and more Majin Buu Saga. With the release of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the teams just got stronger. Okay, my name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, I'm not happy to be doing this video, but I gotta bring you guys the content. We're gonna be going through a should you summon for the new Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Goku that transforms into Super Saiyan 3 Goku. In this video, I'll be giving you guys some precursors, some information you should consider before even diving in. I'll be reading their kit, giving you guys a summary, then I'll tell you whether I think it's worth it for you guys to summon, and also tell you whether I'm going to be summoning. Let's get into this. Alright, so the precursors. The first thing I want to tell you is that you should not be diving into any banner regardless straight away. You are not a content creator and the banners are going to be here for a while, and what's going to hurt you more than summoning first day to find out that the unit sucks? Yes, the kits might sound good and I haven't read the kits yet for you guys, so even if you feel the unit's kit is very good, the unit might be trash in PvP gameplay wise, and that happens a lot. So you should not dive in. What I advise you do, wait maybe a day or two, even a week, watch showcases so you can get a better feel of what the character can do, because there are people that will take the fall for you, content creators such as myself. Outside of that, consider your chrono crystals. These banners will be here for a decent amount of time. The part 1 banners, Vegeta and Rose, are already going to be here until the end of the festival, I believe the 15th of January. So even if you didn't summon past the ultra releasing, because there will be a part 3, this banner will still be here, both of them, and you'll be able to summon on them regardless of that fact. So you shouldn't rush in, take your time, and consider the fact that your chrono crystals might be better else spent somewhere else, maybe an ultra rerun, maybe even the new ultra that's going to be coming out, so be mindful of that. And just generally speaking, if you want the best odds out of this, you should just wait until everything's done and dusted. If you want to just get the character for collectors, you could always just go in straight away, of course, but then that could set you back for the next thing that's coming out. Like there could be an ultra, and there could also be an even after party similar to the anniversary. So it's just better off to wait until the last day or later on in the festival for you to decide whether it's worth it for you or not. Diving in straight away will do nothing but most likely hurt you, but if the unit is good, then of course you get to eat, but that wouldn't make a difference for 1 or 2 days, you know what I'm saying? Of course, regardless of the decision you make, good luck. Alright, so we've got the Super Saiyan 2 Goku's abilities. This is obviously the one that transforms into Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the Majin Buu Saga boss that everybody's been waiting for, right? Let's get into this. If we scroll down, we got the main things. His element, he's green. Here are his tags: Son Family, Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, and Otherworld Warrior, obviously from episode Majin Buu Saga Z. I don't know why they don't put this on the website, but he's a melee type. They said that in the reveals and stuff, so just bear that in mind as I'm reading his whole kit. Let's go into the Z ability. The Z ability here, the one you'd get when you summon on him, if you get him, it would be this one here. 26% to episode Majin Buu Saga, tag Son Family or Saiyan. It's good to know that those are the 3 tags that he's going to buff. And he gets base strike attack and blast defense during battle, and it only goes up as you get more. So if we look at the 14-star one, which is the Z ability 4, he also gets the 38%, so it's a high increase in number, and he'll also get this at, I believe, 6 stars. He gets the and 18% episode Majin Buu Saga Z base strike defense, which is also good for the Majin Buu Saga guys. You know, they just get to eat all year. Going into the cards, we got strike arts, which he has blast armor on and he gets key every time he does it, 10. The blast arts, he gets key every time he does it, 10. The special move here, he's going to get 30% special move damage, and then on top of that, if you hit it, you'll shorten the ally sub count so you can switch him out faster, and he'll also reduce the enemy key so they can't use cards as much. He also gets blast armor because it's the charging forward type. Going into the green card, he's going to randomly draw 1 card, which allows him to extend his combo. Restores own health by 15% and ki by 40, which is of course nice. He'll be healing a lot. Charges own unique gauge by 20%. He's going to get damage inflicted for 10 time accounts. He's a snowball type. If I mention snowballing later on in this video, it just implies that he's going to be gaining buffs as he moves forward, like a snowball rolling down a hill. You know, it gets bigger like in the cartoons. Applies the buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 10 time accounts. So whenever you see this, it's cover nullification. Here we got the main ability, which allows him to transform into Super Saiyan 3. Restores ki by 50% and health by 50% and ki by 50, so that's obviously good, similar to Vegito, I believe. Applies the buff effect, nullifies special actions, so he's going to get cover null for 10 time accounts of transforming. He's also going to nullify endurance, so nullify restores health when it reaches 0 is nullify endurance for 15 time accounts just off transforming, and he's going to get a lot of that, which you will see when I get to the Super Saiyan 3 section. Cancels own attribute downgrades in the normal conditions. Here the following effects occur if own unique gauge is full. So if his unique gauge is full, which he fills up, I believe is by his key charge rate, so we're gonna get to that later anyways. Randomly draws at most 4 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards, so he's gonna be able to extend his combo even more if his gauge is full before transforming. So the idea is to fill your gauge before transforming. Restore key by vanishing restore vanishing gauge by 100%, similar to Vegito. He's gonna get a Dragon Ball closest to the Rising Rush. He won't be able to have his cards destroyed because he would be able to nullify the effects from the enemy. He's also gonna apply the attribute upgrade, shortens substitution count by 2 to self. So every time he's switched out, so he's on standby, it'll take him 2 less, which would mean 8 timer counts instead of the full 10. And he's also gonna destroy all your enemy cards, which is obviously good to know. Let's get into unique ability 1. So this section here is just most of the basic things that you see in every single kit. So the damage inflicted 160, reduced damage 70%, key recovery 30%, draw speed and minus cost to make it easier for him. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. So this is on entry. He's gonna get a card 3 or fewer. He has restore health and key, so he's got card on entry, key on entry, which is very good. Charges his own unique gauge by 10%, which is nice just for him entering the battlefield. Plus 60% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, activates once, which is nice. So plus that to the 160 we already got, which is 220, and reduces impact, explode and slice damage received by 10%, so he's going to be a bit more tankier to certain attacks, right? Here, every time you use a strike or blast art, so this is in reference to the snowballing thing I mentioned earlier. Randomly draws 1 new card, activates twice. Activation count resets after character switch, so every time he switches out and switches back in, he'll draw 1 new card when he uses a strike or blast. Plus 15% damage inflicted, so every time he does strike or blast, he's snowballing that. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restoration, so anybody who has health restoration will be getting nerfed because of that. Here, the following effects occur when the enemy switches characters, so every time the enemy's cover changes or just switching while this Super Saiyan 2 Goku is on the field, this will happen. So he will get key from it. His allies will be able to switch in faster, so 2 timer counts left. Inflicts enemies with attribute downgrade plus 10% to damage received, so he'll be able to do more damage. And then inflicts enemies to attribute downgrade minus 1 arts card draw speed level, so the enemy will be able to combo less efficiently. Here we got unique ability 2. Just note he has a strike cover change, but post transformation I believe it's a blast cover change, and you can only combo a blue card into it. The following effects occur when changing cover, so he's going to randomly destroy 1 enemy card, but he'll also destroy another enemy card, which only happens 3 times. So for the first 3 times he cover changes, he'll be destroying 2 cards, but then every other time after the 3rd time it'll only be 1 card. Going further, just to note, this is shared between pre and post transformation. He's also going to inflict all enemies attribute downgrade plus 5 to strike, blast and special move arts cost for 10 timer cards, which makes it harder for them to just use a bunch of cards. This specifically will activate pre and post. Bear that in mind. Here, the following effects occur every time an enemy activates special move arts, ultimate arts, awakened arts, or rising rush. This is like the first time I'm seeing this on any Majin Buu saga. Isn't it the first time for you guys too? Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah, man. Anyways, he's going to restore own health by 15%. This activates 3 times for any of these big attacks. Pre and post. He's gonna shorten ally sub counts by 3. That's every single time. He's gonna cancel enemy attribute upgrades and buff effects. Whoa, that's the first time I've seen that on the Majin Buu Saga unit. I've never seen that before. Rare. Activation count shed pre and post, you know. So he's got the buff cancellation. He doesn't have endurance though. Just gonna let you guys know that in advance. Shortens own sub counts by 3 when enemy activates an ultimate, awakened or rising rush when this character is on standby, so he'll be able to switch in if you want to sack him off or something, or let him take damage at least. Restores ally health by 20% when this character is defeated, which is good, so your teammates get to leave with get a gift when he dies. 50% to own unique gauge charge rate when ally other than this character is defeated, which cannot be cancelled. Activates once though, and activation count pre and post. Then here is how his gauge works. Quickly charges own unique gauge according to key charge time while this character is on the battlefield. So the following effects occur once unique gauge is full. He's going to get a special art, so that's the green card. Restores ally health by 15% and plus 15% of damage inflicted by allies cannot be cancelled, so he's a support for his team. And seals enemy special move arts, which is nice, and sealed arts cannot be used for 5 timer counts. That's the whole thing for the pre-transformation. Now let's get into the post-transformation. So we've got the post-transformation. You know, all of these are going to be the same, except now he has Super Saiyan 3. The Z ability is the same. The strike is actually the same. The blast is the same. Now there's a thing that's going to pop up a lot. And when he does certain things, he's able to consume 25% of his unique gauge, and he'll get buffs off of that. So he's gonna still get the 30% special move damage. If you hit it, these things were still there. But then if the unique gauge is at 25% or more, he's gonna consume 25% of it. And then he's also gonna go type neutral. So that's every time he hits a blue card. And you know that his blue card is his LF because he is not a base unit. So he transforms. I had to say that 3 times. He has blast armor while charging forward. Is charging forward type. Going into the green card, similar thing. Applies the following effects itself upon activation. So he's gonna draw at most two new cards when you have 3 or fewer. Restores health by 15% and ki by 50. Plus 20% of damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, which is obviously just good for damage stacking, especially because I told you he's a snowball type. If you hit it, he's gonna get cover null, which is actually really nice. Then he's gonna inflict enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20% damage received for 10 timer counts, and you can combo all of these. But then if the unique gauge is at 25% or more, he's gonna consume 25%, and then this will happen. So he will get a unique gauge, vanish gauge 70%. This obviously especially good because he's going to be getting the cover null, sorry, which is obviously nice. Then he's also inflicting all enemies with 3 sub counts, so they gotta stay in. So they won't be able to switch out, which is nice. Then he has blast armor when charging forward, and this is the green card, so that's a pretty good green card, I have to say. Looking at the main ability, he's gonna draw a blue card, so that's obviously for his legendary finish. Health and ki, charges on unique gauge with 20%, cancels buffs off the main is crazy. But yeah, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restoration for 20 timer count, so you'll be able to stop them from healing, so your damage is gonna sit on them. Going into unique ability 1, charges on unique gauge 100% after transforming. So even if it wasn't full, that's you get the benefit of that. But yeah, that's valid. That's actually valid as hell. But cool. Applies the following effects to self for 100 timer counts after transforming. I'm really not a big fan of this, but it exists. He's gonna get 40% damage inflicted extra for going into Super Saiyan 3, but they always make it time limited when it comes to Super Saiyan 3 because it's literally a limited time transformation. He's gonna get more ki recovery, so that will impact his gauge, I believe. Increases arts card draw speed, so draw speed 1 level up, cost down, which is obviously good. Nullifies attribute upgrades under normal conditions, and he'll be type neutral for the damage that he takes, not dishes out. This is only for 100 timer counts, and all of this cannot be cancelled. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. So this is similar to what we saw before. Health, ki, he gets cover null, reduces impact and slice damage. We saw this before, but in addition, he's gonna nullify endurance every single time for 15 timer counts when he enters the battlefield. Now I feel like this was really cheap because they could have just gave it to him permanently when he's in Super Saiyan 3, or they could have gave him nullify endurance permanently for the first 100 timer counts. But every time he switches in, he will have it for 15 timer counts. Or what this means is that it can still be cancelled, which is a shame, but it's a nice thing because he can basically nullify endurance every single time he uses a strike or blast, or even tap attacks. Here, the snowball, so the strike and blast every single time. We saw this in the pre-transformation. It resets on the switch, same thing, you know. Here, the following effects occur when enemy switches, so there's some cons for them and pros for you. You get ki, sub count. We saw this before, so it's pretty much the same thing. Let's go into unique ability 2. The difference here is now he has a blast cover change, combo only the blue card still. Here, the following effects occur when changing cover, so the same things when he's destroying the enemy's cards, which is good for him, and increase enemy cost, so they can basically not do cards as easy. The following effects occur when enemy activates a special move, ultimate arts, awakened arts. You know, the same things that we saw here. Buff cancellation, he's gonna heal, shorten sub counts, nice stuff, that good jazz. Shortens on sub count by 3 when enemy activates a rise and rush. This is the same thing as well, we saw it. Restores ally health by 20%, we saw it. Plus 50% on unique gauge charge rate when ally other than the character is defeated, and activate count is shared pre and post. Quickly charge it on unique gauge according to key charge rate. They kind of moved the position of it, but it's the same thing, you know. There were some changes, the main thing being the nullify endurance and the way the green and the blue work to impact the way he's using his gauge. But that's it for his kit. Now let me get into whether I think it's worth it for you guys to summon. Now you want to know whether you should summon, and honestly, I think he's going to be a good unit for Majin Buu Saga, and you should definitely summon for him if you do like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now I'm not saying he's a to die for unit, but I think he's definitely on the upper echelon of the game. So if you did summon for him, you'd be getting a unit that is very valuable. You're not getting sold out of your chrono crystals. You're going to be able to do a lot with him, and he has a good foundation because of his team. His ability to consistently nullify endurance is very nice, so you don't have to worry about him not being able to break through the upper echelon of the game. He is a part of that upper echelon. Am I even pronouncing that right? Well, what I'm trying to say is the top tiers in this game, he can hang with them. He doesn't have endurance himself, but he can cancel buffs. But because of his foundation, like I'm saying, his team, Majin Buu Saga, they will be able to tank the hits because most of them have endurance. We got Gotenks, we got Kid Buu, we got Ultra Margin Vegeta, and all of those guys are not green like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So for him to fit on the team, there's a very nice space. It does allow him for people to bring out more purples, especially with Vegeto's release. But honestly, I think he's a nice unit. But I'm not saying he's to die for. I advise you watch showcases first, wait a couple days maybe, and maybe wait till the Ultra comes out. Consider your Chrono Crystals. You don't want to just go straight in, but if you even did go summon straight in, you will get something out of it and you will feel like, oh, he's a good unit. But personally, I'm not telling you guys to go in and summon. I just think he's worth it. It depends on if you like Super Saiyan 3 Goku or not. But if you're more of those type that summon based on them being good or not, you don't really have to worry too much, especially if you already have the other Majin Buu Saga units because the team is overly stacked. Also, as well as if you already have Vegito, you can just pair Ultra Margin Vegeta together and Vegito Blue and you'll be completely fine. You will not need this unit. But if you like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, definitely go for him. He's worth it. Maybe you want to wait, and I'm advising you wait. But if you didn't want to wait, you'll get what you're looking for. You'll get your worthwhile. Now, you want to know whether I'm going to be summoning? I won't be summoning on this unit, unfortunately. I do think the unit does look good, but I don't even have the Majin Buu Saga pieces here and there, you know. I'm missing Ultra Margin Vegeta, don't have Ultimate Gohan. I've got some pieces here, but, you know, it's not even a team I would like to run. I'm playing the game in a more fun sense. If you guys haven't been following me for the past 2 months or month since Ultra Margin Vegeta release, I've turned a new leaf. I don't care whether they're good or not. It just depends on whether I like them. And I'm not even a big Super Saiyan 3 fan anyways. It does look good, I will say that, but I'm not dying for no Goku. I'm gonna wait till the Ultra comes out. If the Ultra's buns, which it won't be because I'm 100% gonna summon for the Ultra, then I'll go back on Goku. I'll see how my summons go first in the future with the Ultra and whatever they might release later. But I'm not summoning for Goku. I'm chill on that. But he does look nice. He does look nice, I will not lie. But yeah, man, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know whether you're going to be summoning or skipping Super Saiyan 2's transforming into Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Like I said, me personally, I'm skipping this banner because I'm summoning based on preference. But I do think the unit does look good and his kit is definitely one of value. You just don't really need him if you already have Majin Buu Saga as a solid team in your account. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.